Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christmas in August, hosted by Maura O'Reilly. And of course, we will all be doing something Christmas today. This is the photo I'm scrapping today, and that's my niece. And the one behind her is her bestie forever. And I'm using Diamond Press Spooky Alphabet. I'm not sure if I've even used it on a Halloween layout yet. And this is a Fisker's texture plate, and it looks like woven stuff. And that's a birthday present, and I'm going to use the bow and string looking stuff. And then this is Echo Park Christmas Magic. I wanted to say holiday, but it's Christmas Magic. So from chipboard to enamel dots. And then I laid over there to the side. It's my mind's eye and some flair, really old. I have a lot of flair that rusted, and that's probably older, and it didn't rust. I am using scraps to make my layout, and the border there, you can see the border punch right there, and it is a Fisker's one. And I am just going to put right snug up against the other piece. And then I had a scrap that I knew was in there. I go ahead and go get it. And the end had gotten bent in that bag, but it's going to work because that glue is going to hold that down for me. At least I hope it is going to. I am putting this photo on that side because Stacy's kind of looking toward her, well, be her right a little bit. I pulled out some scraps that I thought would work as packages. Well, one I had to trim because it had not been trimmed straight on a trimmer. It had been hand cut. And I'm putting that one bow and string on that one. And then the other two, I am just going to put, well, I think on both of them, I'm just going to put strips of scraps on there. And I decided to put foam tape underneath the red one so it'd stand up. And then I went over the edge of that one, and I'm going to slide the edge of the other one up underneath it too. Now, I started this layout like a week ago, so you can see my title laying there and that pair of tweezers. I had the apostrophe, and I didn't want to lose it, and I had it on the other ones when I had to stop my layout to do something else and set it aside. And I just went ahead and got a different pair of tweezers and put the apostrophe in there. I knew it would get lost for sure if I didn't. And I cut that baby by hand. I cut two of them, red and green. And yeah, I didn't want to lose it after I got it cut. I, oh, I'm going to make her pajamas. Stacy's pajamas are sock monkey ones. And oh, I'm showing there that it is distressed, and this is coronation, so it has different colors. It has the same color as the backs has on it, and it shows through when you sand it. And this is paper that's in the you'll see me pulling out one thing after another. I did not make a practice one on this, and you're going to really laugh later. There'll be missing body parts, and I won't even notice it until I am editing the video. So you can tell I did not do anything in advance. Instead of using white on my sock monkey, I decided to use that paper with all the snowflakes. It's mostly white, but it has a snowflake here and there, and I thought, well, that'll look cute with the other colors. Anyway, I was telling you about Stacy's pajamas. She loves sock monkeys, and so she got, well, it was my sister that got them for her, a pair for Christmas. And so she went and tried them on so everybody could see them and pose for her photo. And this is an older photo. It's done with a regular, not very expensive camera. So it's not a super great photo, but it has a cute memory. My head I cut as 1 3/4, and then I used the same circle size to cut the, well, the muzzle around the mouth. And then I still used the same thing for the mouth. And then I cut it in half. And well, I did inking too on everything. and I put it back together so it looked like it had lips there instead of one, well, football shaped thing there. And this is the same size too, and I just cut a sliver of it, and it's gonna go on top of the head. And I had to trim the edges because even though you look and try to get it in there right, sometimes it's a tiny bit off. So I had two little tiny peaks there, so I trimmed them off. And let's see. Oh, I am going to make, well, I am cutting fringe out first. And then I'm going to take, and you'll see me do cuts on the other side. That is so that it'll fold easier instead of me having to take a bone folder and fold it down. I just cut up the side a little bit on the other side and folded them. And I'm going to let set a minute before I kind of crinkle them up. I'm putting this on foam tape. Later, I wish I hadn't, but I'll still leave it on foam tape. But yeah, I thought maybe I shouldn't have put it on there, but it works out all right. I am looking at this and trying to figure out how I want his arms and thinking about it. And I'm gonna think I got them right, but one arm's gonna be fatter than the other, and I won't notice it till I go to take it off. And yeah, you can tell one is fatter than the other. So I'm gonna cut it down a little bit to make it match better. Maybe not perfect, but better. But I had trouble with the legs too, trying to get them the same. Now, if I hadn't forgotten a couple of body parts, I would have been able to get it all out of this piece. I didn't go ahead and sand the whole one on the other because I thought I might want it as is without being sanded. But when I go back to make the other body parts, which will be corrected in the pictures at the end, I will have to tear into that because it wasn't quite big enough. I made the parts with the hands first so I could just make the parts with the brown part that's textured and lay it right on top and cut to fit. I'm making the body now and I want to do something with it. I'm going to wish I hadn't, but I'll be able to fix it. See how I'm making like openings for the legs? I thought I would just have the legs kind of stuck out. But once I get it on, I'm going to end up setting it on that gift Christmas present there. It's going to look kind of funny, so I'm going to round it back off. His body will be a little shorter, but I think it must have needed it because it looks all right to me. The ink I'm using is Barn Door. It's kind of a burgundy color, kind of rustic burgundy color. And I'm going ahead and using it on the brown part too, just so the edges won't show the yellow looking part on the other side. And it just looks a little darker at the edge. It took me a second to figure out how I wanted to put the arms on there. I think I'm going to put a candy cane in one of the hands so that he looks happy that he got it. So one arm is up, but it's going to have a candy cane later because I remember seeing one on a sticker sheet. Although I didn't pull the sticker sheet out to start with, I will end up getting it. I'm trying to figure out how to do the legs there with those places that I put on each side. And I thought, man, his legs are going to be fat. I'm going to have to do something different here. So I'm just rounding it off. And then I got to thinking instead of having these legs come out and sticking out, I'm going to have it where he's sitting on the box and it looks like his knees are there in that area. And I like that a lot better than what I had in my head to start with. I was having a problem figuring out how I wanted him on the layout, what position, and I ended up liking that better anyway. Here I am cutting down that leg, and I tried to make as many snowflakes appear on there as I could, and so I positioned that other piece that had the best snowflakes showing, so I ended up having to cut off both sides of it so that because the best ones are right there in the center. But there's his legs, and I'm going to add the brown to it same way I did the others, the arms. And I looked online at a bunch of sock monkeys, and they had Some had tails, some didn't. At least I could not see any tails. We did not make sock monkeys when I was a kid. My mom would give us, if Dad got a hole in a sock, the mate she would give us so that we could make dolls, sock dolls. And I remember seeing them after I got grown. She wouldn't give them back to us. She wanted to keep them as a souvenir or something, memorabilia. Anyway, the stitches were humongous. It's a wonder they stayed together. At least mine was. The rest of the kids, there's 5 of us. Theirs might not have been as bad as mine, but mine had huge stitches. Um, but see how his knees are up higher? So it looked like he is sitting on that box. And yeah, that's the idea of what I'm going for there. And I put some foam tape. Well, since I put foam tape on the gift there, I needed to put some foam tape on the knees so they'd be kind of on the level side. And then since I wanted the knees together and the feet apart, I do have to put a little bit of foam on the feet so that they're not going to get bent up in the bottom of my um, album, in the sleeve of my album. Now, I decided to go ahead and put a tail on mine. So I am using a scrap. It's just going to end up the shape and the size thereabout of the scrap because, by then I was getting pretty low on that brown. And it's just gonna almost be almost be straight. I kind of would have liked it to be curled a little, but it's gonna be almost straight. Of course, Sock Monkey wouldn't have it curled, but this is on my scrapbook layout. I can use creative license and make his tail any way I want or any way I have to in this case. And his tail's gonna be a little bit shorter than I would have wanted. I, of course, am inking it too. And I'm just gonna uh, put a little foam tape on part of it towards the end, just so that it looks like it's moved a little bit, that it's not just flat. Of course, I'm probably the only one that even notices that I put foam tape on there and it's not flat. I got my title out of there and uh, I did layer it, the red on top of the green. And so that's why my apostrophe had to have red and green. But it is best PJs ever. And yeah, don't she look cute in them? I think she looks cute in them. Let's see, where am I at? Oh, there was a few chipboard I thought I'd use. And that little tiny one, it says Holiday Memories. And I'm going to end up pulling out a couple of stickers to add to that. But I am going to go ahead and put those little snowflake ones on there. And while I was putting them on there and deciding where to put them, I got to thinking those black ones would look cute as buttons down the front of his chest because apparently he does not have no clothes on. But yeah, put some buttons on there. I was probably thinking snowman in my subconscious because they are black like charcoal. But oh, let's see what. Oh, here's the stickers I pulled out. I went ahead and put them on white cardstock, but then soon as I get up there and start to cut that one, I decided to put it on the photo, and it just says Merry and Bright. And then the other two things is that snow cane, snow globe, and candy cane. I was trying to put the two words together, but I decided to put that little snow globe on top of the little chipboard thing, and since it's sticking up, I had to put foam tape behind it. And putting the candy cane in his hand, it looks like it's just hanging there. So I am gonna fold his hand over by just cutting. Well, at first I cut an oval, and then I got to thinking that would probably look better if I flatten the top, like where the knuckles go flat. And so I'm going to end up cutting it just a little bit different so that it will look like that. And I had to cut off part of his hand to get it to look right. So I cut off part of it, and then this part will finish it off, and it'll look like he has that candy cane in his hand. But while I'm doing that, I want to mention that down there below you'll find the links to everybody that are doing the Christmas in August this month. And they will be doing layouts, cards, anything Christmas. So they can do some DIY home decorations too. So plenty of choices there. But yeah, Christmas is on the 25th of every month. Well, the Christmas hop is on the 25th of every month. I wanted to put something up in that corner, but I couldn't figure out what. I was looking through the stickers and the ephemera, and I found this, and it says Merry, Merry, Merry. And I thought, well, everybody was laughing and talking about what a cute gift that was. So I thought, that'll work. And then I decided that there was no black up there, even though there is in a couple other places on the layout. So I went ahead and pulled a sticker out and it says peace, love, joy, and well, puffy stickers. So I'm going to put two more. So there is three little puffy stickers up there. And I do believe that's the end of my layout, that I don't add anything else. But yeah, have y'all figured out what body parts I forgot to put on my monkey yet? Yeah, he's gonna have them. See, there they are, two ears. I used a 1 inch punch for the ear on the outside, and then a 3/4 inch punch, and I layered them. Well, I inked them too. I layered them, then I just cut them in half and put them on each side. But there's my spooky alphabet, and there's my little sock monkey with ears. Yeah, I was at the part where I was making the monkey and was almost done before I realized there are no ears. He looks a lot better with those ears on there. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so very much. And thank you all for watching my video today. Make sure you check out everybody else's. Lots of inspiration for your Christmas layouts, because mostly that's what everybody does, is layouts. But have a happy, scrappy week. Have fun on the hop. Bye.